Hello and welcome to your Grow Groups this week. My name is Jessica Sachs. I'm the director of Grow Groups, and it is so good to have you all gathered together as we're continuing in this series, Full to the Brim. We are in week 3 of our Lent season this year. So this is a season of preparation for Easter as we prepare to accept the sacrifice that Jesus gave us when he died on the cross. In this series, we're learning about what it means to have abundant life, to be living filled to the brim. And so we're looking forward to the conversations in your group. If you haven't yet, check in with one another and say a quick prayer together. Today, I'm joined by Rachel Zolnowski, a member of our admin staff. Rachel, how are you doing today?
I am so good. I'm so glad to be here. I love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you. Yes. And with all of our Grow Groups together, we can invite you in.
You guys too. Hey.
Good to see you guys. So I've got us down. So spring is coming. So our first question is, what is your favorite fruit?
Okay, this is a two-parter because I can't do anything simply. Just in general, strawberries. Love strawberries.
They're so good.
But if there is fresh pineapple, I will eat my body weight. I will do nothing else. Fresh pineapple all day, every day. But like Hawaii, tropical, not just from the Hy-Vee down the street.
Not Missouri pineapple.
No.
Not out of a can.
Weirdly enough, Missouri pineapple, not the freshest.
My college roommate would just pop open a can of pineapple and just...
Now, I will eat regular that pineapple.
Can?
Well, I'll do canned with cottage cheese.
Something.
Yeah. But just when we were in Hawaii, I ate just pineapple for breakfast. Do you want anything else? No, pineapple.
This is plenty.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love mangoes. Especially if you're in Mexico or if you're in a tropical climate with fresh mangoes. Even seasonally here, this is not mango season yet, so I won't buy them right now.
Sure.
But you have to commit to it. Just like pineapple. I love pineapple, but I hate cutting open a pineapple.
See, this is why I'm I'll go to the buffet in Hawaii and someone else will cut the pineapple because that is a lot of work.
Yeah, that's how I feel about mango.
Agreed.
That's how I feel about a lot of things.
Really story of my life. Yes. Someone else can do that.
A phase in college of YouTube videos, how do you cut fruit? Because that's a skill that I don't think they teach in school that they should.
That's why we have YouTube. It's fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
This is how we survive in the world. So this week we heard the parable of the fig tree, and this is the closest I have to a wolf fig tree that's producing no fruit. So the landowner sees this fig tree producing no fruit and sees this waste of soil, and the gardener's like, bro, give it one more year. That's exactly how it went down. Bro.
That's the message version. Bro, chill.
Hold up, the Gen Z version. So he's like, give it one more year and see if it produces fruit. So I was curious, have you ever felt like the fig tree where you weren't producing visible fruit?
I am in this season. I am raising children, young children. I still have a preschooler, and this is that season where you put in a lot of hard work and it is exhausting. You get to the end of the day and everyone's in bed and your house is a mess and you clean it up. And you get up the next day and you're like, oh, nothing has changed. Okay. And you do everything all over again. And the next night you're like, oh, nothing has changed. And it's just a lot of work, and you in theory, know that fruit is coming. You know that, there's a payout at the end of this, but it's really hard to see it right now.
Yeah, I keep doing the things. I've picked up the toys. I've washed the socks.
Yes.
Yet again.
Oh my gosh. Ours is just cups. Cups and random snack plates. Cups. I'm like, how many of these did you use today? 10? Cool, that's great. Let's do that again tomorrow. So yes, it's just a lot of repetitive work and very little, big milestones at this point.
That's true. I remember feeling that in youth ministry. Mm-hmm. And so several of our kids, they come in 6th grade and you're like, woof. This is why people don't all love middle schoolers. And so I'm going to lean into my enjoyment with them. And then all of a sudden you blink and they're sophomores. And you're like, you were shorter than me at one point. Now you're an adult human being. Mm-hmm. We've got kids who are running their own businesses. I've got students in Europe doing crazy, amazing things. They are having children. I've got youth group babies from appropriate adult ages. It's In the moment, I was like, you don't have to be throwing the dodgeball inside all the time. But then you guys see that fruit someday.
1,000%. I mean, when I was doing youth ministry, I was like, this child is going to end up in prison. Like, that's going to happen. I'm going to have to go visit them in prison. That's going to be a tough time. And looking back, I'm like, oh, they're like adults, like doing some things. They have jobs. They haven't been in prison. I mean, it's just that thing where in the moment you just see, you don't see that. And then later you're like, oh, it happened. We did it.
They pulled it together.
Right?
And survived.
Figured it out.
That's amazing. Well, and we've talked about this before, and I've talked about this with a lot of people before, but so Jesus tells this parable, and at the end, he doesn't offer an explanation. What do you think Jesus was trying to say?
Okay, well, first off, before we get into what he was trying to say, I'm going to tell you, I would not have been a good Jesus follower back in the day. Well, I'm probably not a great one right now, but that's fine. Beside the point. I want the answers. I want to ask a question, and I want you to tell me the answer. I don't want this whole story. It's beautiful. That's so great. But now you're making me think and use my head and interpret things. No, I want you to just tell me what to do. And so I would have been very grumpy about all of this back then. Still now, it's fine. But I think the thing that Jesus is trying to tell us, and that I do have to remind myself, is that, it's not about instant gratification. It's not about, the moment that you set your mind on something that you're going to accomplish it or that it's going to happen for you. And so it's really about, praying about making the right choices, getting on the right course, and then just staying the course and really just knowing that you can see that goal out there and that you are confident that you're working towards the right goal.
Yeah. I think there's so much truth and value in that. For one, I agree. Jesus give me the answers. At the same time, when Jesus gave the answers, I didn't like them. Like the whole just go and sell all of your possessions and follow me. That's hard.
That's true. I guess I don't like that either. Well, darn it.
Jesus was difficult to follow. Still.
Right.
But I think, so can't stop talking about them. I'm weirdly into plants now. And so I'm growing a tomato plant. And it took 2 weeks for this thing to even pop out of the soil. I mean, we were so close to just giving up on this thing. And now it's got these strong roots and it's growing, and I can see that's visible growth that I need, that I have to use that to remind myself, whether it be working out or eating better, this will be easier someday because my body will enjoy it. School, my first year at seminary, I remember looking around and going, does anyone else understand these words? I'm reading the book with Google next to it, and now I say things and go, who are you? Well, so for me, I forget how young I am, and I'm surrounded by so many wonderful adults here who are I say adults because I don't feel like one.
I was I am an adult, but you are too. That's great.
That is okay, stay the course and keep doing the things, and the fruit will be produced. And so it's also trusting God that the right fruit's being produced.
Yes.
I think that's one thing that I'm realizing. Is this the right direction? Am I fertilizing the right soil? Are we sure? It's such a tricky thing.
I know. And again, you won't know. And so you have to just sort of, pray about it, ask the right people about it, and then you just got to trust it. And that is, when you're not seeing that, that's a really tough thing. Yeah. So that's really good to surround yourself with people who you can be like, what do we think about this? And have somebody else be like, oh, that seems fine. That's great. Us adults.
The adults will. Yeah, I think just remembering no one's got it figured out. That's just what I've learned.
Amen. Amen.
Well, thank you for trying to figure it out with me.
You're welcome. This is what I got.
Yes, thank you. So we're praying over your groups this week as you continue this conversation. We'd love to hear from you if you have any prayer requests or feedback or funny stories that you want to share. And we look forward to continuing the series with you next week as we keep talking about Full to the Brim. Thank you.